Well, another question from Harsh says you don't get high the first time you smoke, but why? That was
Because like I got you with that one. Like it's because like most people is their first time like smoking. Period. Like your first like the first time like a lot of people actually like don't know how to inhale smoke. It's crazy. Like I would pass them like a joint or a blunt, and they would just like hold it and they would just suck in the air, then blow it out. Like they wouldn't even
oh,
like hold it in
inhale
their
it.
lungs. Yeah, they would just like blow it out, and they're wasting like a perfectly good joint or blunt. So like I've seen people get hotbox for like the first time, like the first encounter with weed, they got hotbox, they got high as hell. Walking out the car like Cheech and Chong or some shit. Like like
Honestly, I think it's because since they're not used to it at all,
yeah,
they can't recognize the transition phase that they have from a sober mind to a high mind. So they just don't recognize just the shift. So they're like, oh, this is just normal. I bet. But as they keep smoking, they understand like the nuances in like when it goes from a sober mind to a high mind, and they just like start understanding that better. Start understanding and like being okay with the shift. So I guess they start getting less paranoid and they truly understand what it means to be high on bud. I
Where do you
guess.
think that comes from? No, in terms of just like, because remember there are tons of people who smoke or like have smoked before, but then they get super paranoid and never do it again. But then there are others
Yeah.
who just go through it. They can literally just smoke as much as they want and they get it. What do you think causes that disparity?
um,
Um.
I think the mental because um weed is
Yeah.
psychoactive,
Yeah.
and like everyone's like I guess like mental health is like different.
Yeah.
I don't want to say some people are mentally healthier than others, but
They
uh,
are. No, you're right. You're right. They are.
But they're in different spaces. Let's say that's
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Sure. Yes.
no, because like I don't want to say like for example like I don't want to say like who's the mentally healthiest of all of us three.
Oh yeah,
Right. I
yeah,
get.
but
I get.
let's
Uh,
say that at least it's not a competition, but people
right,
are.
right, right.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
not a
But in different spaces, individuals. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So I feel like there's some people like there are people who are predisposed to things like schizophrenia and psychoactive drugs and like things like schizophrenia,
Triggers
paranoia.
them. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like psychoactive drugs like alcohol, or like psychedelics, we can like encourage that. So so I feel like people who are more inclined to like not to develop these things, but to I guess like
Pre already have them in to a degree from like the way their genes have like the
yeah,
way their genes are and how they've been predisposed to like
Predisposed.
situations and conditions.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I got you.
or like some people might have just developed it in their environment. Like somebody who's like
Yeah,
super stressed, can like maybe like form like some sort of form of anxiety, and like
yeah.
smoking can like worsen that for them. So
Mm.
that's what I feel.
New research shows that weed doesn't really cause any mental health disorders, but like it brings out the ones that you probably were gonna have anyway in the
Yeah,
future.
Oh
like
wow, I didn't know
schizophrenia.
that. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, like if you're fine, you're fine. But like if you're gonna be schizophrenic in like 20 years, you well shit, bro. Good luck.
You're fucked.
yeah,
Have a good day.
Yeah.
yeah.
it,
No,
it
it's
is
so
what it
crazy.
is.
No, it's so
Yeah,
crazy because like after reading that, like
yeah.
because like always be session with people.
There's a Netflix documentary just came out called "Have a Good Trip," and I was
Yeah,
watching it,
Mm,
and
mm.
what Sting is talking about like getting high, and he's just like and he says that it goes wrong for most people when you
It
don't have a
does.
purpose. No, when you don't have a purpose in
yeah,
terms of like you want to go write a book or you want to go be a better person or you want to figure something
yeah.
out, it's gonna be good for
You
you.
gotta be a comedian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, but if you just want to get fucked up, you will get fucked up. Like
Yeah,
it's
Straight
only gonna
no,
go further down.
straight up. That's just how it is. Like if you're going into like not bud, because like bud is psychoactive, but it's unless you take like dabs or like OD on edibles, like you're not gonna have just a schizo experience. You're not gonna have a psychic.
Yeah, yeah, right. Just like a.
This guy fucked up. This guy fucked up before. He's like, I think I can handle this. Right? Like, this guy definitely fucked up before. Like,
Yeah,
right?
dude, like,
Right up.
Oh,
So-
man.
you know, like where like how plastic your brain is at the current state of your mind, and
Yeah.
like how far you could go in like today or like right now. And if you
Yeah.
don't have awareness of that, you're gonna fuck up. You're not gonna know where you're going, and you're gonna like lose control, and you risk being like so far away from your current state that you're like not aware of who you are anymore. Because like
Yeah.
that's why they say like when you do psychedelics, be sure that you're in the current mental state. Because if it's like you can always come back to it and like contextualize things.
Mm.
Because if you
Yeah.
can't do that, then you just like lose yourself.
I guess it comes with a price. You know, like if you're gonna get elevated and you want to and you need some like foreign substance other than your mental to reach that form of like enlightenment, is gonna come with a drawback. You know, like we're basically with weed, we're basically able to reach like states closer to nirvana that
Right,
people
right.
go to the mountains to achieve. You know,
Yeah,
just
it's
in like
straight up. Like,
right, just in like the matter of seconds. You know, because like I timed it and right. No, I'm
yeah,
so
yeah,
serious.
yeah.
Fastest way that like marijuana can enter the body. You
Yeah.
know, and we're
Yeah.
achieving this like mindset in like seconds. So it's gonna come with drawbacks.
Yeah.
I'm not an acid or anything like that, but that's the one thing that I think, no matter what, I would trust if anybody said it about a drug, is that if I'm in a certain mindset and I try to get away from that or not do it while I'm doing acid or
Yeah.
LSD, immediately it's going to have me confront it. That's what it sounds like.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight
I mean,
down.
Like shit. Like I've seen people try to kind of like use it to like an escapism. You know, like watching a movie or some shit.
No,
But,
that's not it. That's not what it's for.
It's not-
Like that's
it's
the
not
wrong purpose.
Yeah, right. The person went the whole 360 and had to confront the problem on it.
They're-
They're like, well,
They
6 more
they
hours.
weren't ready.
They were not ready, bro. They're like, shit. So, like, time is like so delayed. So like,
Yeah,
it's
bro.
not moving. Like,
You got all the time in the world to just think about it.
Dude,
yeah,
my
bro.
first
like,
acid trip felt like a lifetime, like one whole lifetime. Like that's how my first acid trip felt like. That
sure,
shit was
bro.
wild.
Hey, no, that's what's up, man. Like, but like, I definitely agree with like the whole mental. You just gotta be in the right mental. Like, there's a point in my life where there's like mad depressed people. I knew taking over.
No,
That's just
that's
crazy.
the worst.
And,
Oh
like
my
that shit was
God.
crazy. Like he's a Brody, but he just be tweaking too much. like,
But you see, that makes me wonder why like some people aren't that way. Like that makes me wonder why some people can get away from this or like even conceptualize what the
Right.
fuck is going on just so they can like take it in. Like what makes them lose the ability to be like, I'm tweaking right now. Let me fucking stop.
Let
Let me take a step back.
I think mental
So-
maturity.
Hold on, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, but where does it come from? Where does that?
I think, well,
Trauma.
yeah, because the first, no,
I get-
dead ass drama. And I would smoke every once in a while. I would get panic attacks, and
Yeah.
and I would be like, how, and I would always try to figure out what was happening, why. Like after every panic attack, the next morning I'd be like, no, but why did it happen? I'm like, no, we're gonna figure this
Yeah.
out. Yeah, we're gonna figure this out. It generally seems to be that it's as Ami said earlier, of no one seems to, you're not comfortable in that other mindset, because it's kind of like,
Right.
yeah, you don't know what's going on. So when I think about some things I did, yeah, I smelled things that were in other rooms, or I was able to hear things, or inside I started noticing things inside of my body.
Yeah.
Those are things that are absolutely synonymous with something like marijuana. But but if you've never been exposed to anything like that, or if it's your first couple of times, you'll be like, I don't get it. As compared to, you're way more reactive on it as compared to just letting it happen and see what happens.
Yes.
Like I definitely feel like because like I'm thinking about like the first time like I actually got like
Lit.
yeah like lit like
Yeah.
and it was like all of me like I wasn't being hotbox, you know, and some shit like that.
Just
And like
you.
all right, and like honestly like I'm sorry. I feel like there is more than just like that transition because like when it hit me, I knew it. Like I felt it. I knew something was weird, you know. And like I'm
Yeah.
like just like any of you guys, you know. Like if my mental state changes, I'm gonna suddenly be aware of that. You know, like I really feel like people are just not like inhaling properly. Like they
Yo, dude! Yo!
Yeah.
Dude! Holy shit! Holy shit, you just said it. You said it. Bro, like, deadass, I don't think people can smoke. I think they just don't know how to fucking smoke.
you know,
Like,
no,
they...
it's so serious. Like they
Dude,
should
my
like
mom is 43 years old. Like, I was trying to smoke a joint with her yesterday, and she just, for the fucking love of God, can't take it in. That sounds pretty fucked up. But, like, but she just can't inhale. She's coughing and everything. I'm like, yo, what the what do you mean? You've had almost half a lifetime worth of experience with a smoker, and you still can't smoke? What are you're capping, bro.
Yeah, like because like people say like you know you take in the smoke and you just hold it. You know, people literally just hold it in their mouths and like let it all go. And like I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. Like it took me a minute to like really figure it out. You know, like because like I would be rolling up like big boys. You know, like the Ross, the King side. Like I'd be rolling
Oh
them
yeah.
up,
Oh,
and like
yeah.
it wouldn't hit. You know, like I mean, like I would feel something, but like it wouldn't hit. Like took me a minute to like really master.
Learn how to
Like,
smoke. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like
No, dude, that's the thing. It takes smoking to get high. Like, that's just
no.
Say that again.
No,
Say that
I keep
again.
forgetting. No, I'm dead
Wait,
ass.
is that you know that girl you told me about who just literally smokes to smoke
Just to get high.
and that's it.
Nothing else. Yeah.
Just how the fuck?
How do
How
people
is that
like
a state
that?
of mind?
How
How
is
is that a state of mind?
All right, to be fair, I understand that.
No,
Yeah,
Deadass,
no,
Deadass
I
explain it to
understand.
me.
Of course, I
'Cause
understand
get
it, but like,
like,
why?
Cause like it's like I guess like the numbing sensation, like almost it's like you're there, you can exist, but nothing really soaks in.
Not deal
You
with
know?
emotions. Like, it's only logic and facts and math, and there's no,
Yeah.
there's no, there's no I guess I shouldn't say human, but like, there's no, like worldly attachment. There's no.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's literally like you're in a
like
nirvana
emptiness.
state where you're unlocked all your chakras and you literally have no attachment to this current world, and you could leave this world and be elevated and you're just fine still. Like, you wouldn't miss it.
No, that's a fact. Like, that's what Dad says to me.
Bro, I can't
Yeah.
wait until quarantine's done, man.
Oh my god, dude! Like, I want to see sundresses. I want to see, dude. Oh my god.
He's very right. On top of the list,
This-
just seeing girls. Not even doing that.
Sundresses.
Just seeing
Nothing
girls.
else.
Yeah.
Literally, like in yellow sundresses. That's top of the list. Nothing else.
Holy shit.
The thick ass light skinned Latina in a sundress. That's all I care about.
Damn.
My son dreaming. Like
He on that Fifi shit.
I know what I want. Like Christmas, bro. Like, I know what I want for quarantine. This like shit. Like I'm not even gonna lie. I wouldn't mind.
Like, come on.
Exactly.
Oh shit.
Listen,
Yeah, like it's crazy.
You're gonna tell me you're gonna say no to a light skinned thick ass Latina in a
in a
sundress?
sundress, in a nice yellow,
In
like
a yellow
yellow
sundress with like
sundress
flowers
with like
on it?
strawberries. Yeah, exactly. Some nice petals. Yeah, exactly, bro. What the fuck?
Bro, what are you
Hey,
gay?
yo,
What are you fucking gay?
You trying to make me act up right now?
What are you, homosexual?
You chatting, bro. You just chatting.
Oh man.
Well, I showed you the house with the thick Latina, right?
Yeah, you didn't show me
Like,
the thick Latina, but you showed me the house.